Hi guys, welcome back on the channel. We have our coffee, our espresso, we have our table, we have our miniatures, we have our rules, and I think we have the family outside the house, and I think it's time for wargaming. So today is the Christmas special, the battle I usually shoot during the Christmas holidays when I go back home and I have my Claymore castings with me. This will be a battle between during the Second Scottish Wars of Independence, between the English here on the top of your screen, on the left of your screen, and the Scottish here. The scenario is based loosely on a MIDGARD future campaign supplement scenario battle, where we have the English who are looting deep inside Scotland, have been ambushed suddenly by a Scottish force. So let's take the camera and move it around so you can see exactly a little bit in detail how the setup is. So here's my coffee, espresso, the best thing for the morning. So we are at round one. We have an English force here that is looting deep inside Scotland. They had quite a successful chevauchée and they are returning back, but they're still in the center of Scotland with a lot of baggage, train and loot. You can see them here behind these units. Now suddenly a Scottish force appears from the woods and it's attacking, ambushing the English, attacking them, trying to get the loot back. Now what's the disadvantage of this Scottish force? The disadvantage is that it has a limited frontage because it's restricted from the woods on the left flank and the river on the right flank. The English, as you can see here, are deployed perfectly well. They have an open terrain and they're deployed without any issues. Now the Scottish have the river on the right flank. There is a small, let's say, stronghold, the stronghold of the Earl of Athol. The Earl of Athol, who is not currently in his court, and he's expected, we don't know when, and we don't know from where. We're going to roll this at the beginning of the battle. But his captain, who is in the castle, has called the Scottish archers of his lord to try and harass as much as they can the English from the other side, from the other banks of the river. The Scottish archer is not as strong as the English longbowmen. They have 3 spear throw distance, but still they could prove that they could create trouble for the English. The English managed to deploy stakes. They are considered as obstacle, and they are ready for the Scots. Now the first thing we need to do here are the Scottish. The Scottish are commanded by the King of Scotland, who is a level 2 commander, and the Earl of Douglas, a level 2 commander, who have, as you can see here, these homemade tokens I made a long time ago. They prove useful. They're going to be their the command points, and we're going to use them whenever needed. The English, on the other hand, are commanded by notable commanders. Again, the Earl of Salisbury, who's commanding the left flank of the English. He's a level 2 commander hero. He has 2 mighty deeds. The Black Prince himself, who has 3 mighty deeds. He's a level 3 hero, these 3. And of course, another brilliant commander, the Earl of Salisbury, who is commanding, the Earl, of Warwick, who is commanding the left flank of the English. He's a level 2 commander and he has 2 mighty deeds. Both armies start with 8 points, 8 reputation points, and this will be, I have this written here, it can be removed and written again very easily, so we'll update it. 8 reputation points, the same with the Scottish, and this is where we are currently at the battle, although the English are the attackers because they're doing the chevauchée, the raid. Obviously in this battle, the Scottish now, the defenders, will be the attackers and they will start the sequence. So we're round 1 and let's roll to see who, where and from when the Earl of Athol will appear. So let's roll and see in which out of the 6 rounds the Earl of Athol will appear. And he will appear the second round. That's quite fast. Now from where the Earl of Athol will appear? Now we'll roll a d3, a d3, a d6. So from the side of the Scottish, it will be on the left side here will be 1, here in the center behind the Scottish army will be 2, and from his camp, from his stronghold will be 3. 4 will be on the other side of the river where we have here the little, marshy area. 5 will be from this side where I have them already, 5, and 6 will be directly behind the English. So these are the locations, and let's roll again and see where the Earl of Athol will appear in the second round. And he will appear 5. 5 is exactly the location we had on before. So the mounted Scottish men-at-arms will appear in the second round from there. That's quite early, I would say, so maybe the English will have a contingency plan. Let's see about this, how this will develop. So now that we have the setup ready, we start with the first turn, where we have the movement of the attacker, and this will be the Scottish. I hope you will enjoy the battle. So we're starting with the Scottish, the first round, and we will move the whole command 1 spear throw, so it's going to be 12 centimeter here. The Scottish have to probably move faster because they don't want to be subjected against, to the arrow storm of the English longbowmen. Maybe I would try to roll a command test here and make them move twice. This could provide opportunity for us to move quicker. But the other thing is that if we fail, maybe some supports will fall back, and the Scottish will not be supported in upcoming melee. So we'll see how we'll go about this. But currently, this is the commanders are in the back, in the units in the back. So the first move goes to the Scots, and let's have a coffee and let's see. I'm thinking of rolling another one. Let's be adventurous. Let's roll command test for the Scottish for every unit here, so we can do a second move. A command test has to be passed by 3, rolling a 3. So let's start from this side and from the unit here on the left. And we roll a 4 and it passes. So let's go one by one. A 5, a 5, and a 2. And this one fails. So we're going to use a mighty deed in order for us to have a coherent line. I will leave it like this at the moment. We'll see. Let me see. I mean, it's the left flank, the right flank. These guys are supported, so they're moving already. This is what I like about MIDGARD rules. I love that even movement is not definite, at the extra move. So, but I'm going to try to move these 2 here because I want them to support this in the back. Okay, my left flank, my right flank is falling behind a bit, but I don't worry if the center continues. So let's roll here and see what we have. So they roll a 3, we're fine. I'm not showing you these die rolls. You can hear that. I'm a 6, so we're fine. So we're moving 12. Here's where the king is. So we have a very realistic scenario now that the Scottish left flank and center moved coherently. The right flank fell behind under Douglas, but they're together. So we'll see how this will develop. Now finish the movement, and we have hand-to-hand combat of the attacker. We don't have any hand-to-hand combat, and then we have shooting. Now shooting is the 6th round, where the units that haven't shot will shoot, starting from the defender, and the defender is the English, and let's have a look and see. So we'll start with this English unit. Now obviously the Scottish are not within their killing zone, so they will roll with half their dice, plus being marksman they will roll 1. So the English have 5 dice, 4 dice, 1, 2, 3, 4, plus 1 for being a marksman, 5, and let's see, we're going to shoot at this unit of Scottish, try to push it back, try to weakening, try to create havoc at the Scottish lines before the mounted knights appear. So we're all for these English longbowmen who are shooting at this unit of Scottish Schiltrons. We need 5s and 6s. We have 5 dice, and we roll 1 5 only. That is not enough to remove stamina because it's lower than the armor value. But the Scottish have to take a command test to see if they're pushed back by the English fire, you know. And the command test, let's use this big, nice, and they roll a 4 and they pass. So nothing happened here. The Scottish did not have any problem. Now we have to check here these 2 longbow units of the English and the distance that we have. Let's have a look. So the English longbowmen have 4 spear throw distance. So that was the lift. So 4 spear throw is 42 centimeters. This 34 here. Here we can shoot. But here I think this unit here in the back, you cannot see it very well. It's further away. So we're both going to focus. Is this enough here? 3 by 12, 30. 4 by 12, 40, 48. This is 40, yeah. Both units can shoot at this unit of the Schiltron formation. Let's see if we can have more luck. So let's start shooting, and we're shooting with this longbow here. This Schiltron again, it's outside, obviously, the killing zone. We roll 4 dice, 5 dice, and we have 2 hits. Again, this armor value is 3, nothing happens, but we need to roll and see if they're going to be pushed back. So let's roll, and roll a 6, nothing happens. Now we're shooting with the other unit, the unit at the extreme flanks of the English. Again, the Schiltron is within the range, so let's roll 5 dice again. We said 4 dice plus the marksman. Oh, and he rolls 3. 3 meaning that now immediately the Scottish will lose 1 stamina. It's exactly the same number as their armor value, and they will lose 1 stamina point. And at the same time, they will go, so from 4, they will go to 3. And at the same time, we have to roll to see if they'll be pushed back. And they roll a 5, and they're not pushed back. So lucky Scots, they're not pushed back because they would have created havoc, but they lose 1 stamina point, and they go to 3. Now that we're finished shooting, we have the movement. We go to round 2. Here's a round 2. Okay, round 2. The Earl of Athol appears. The Scottish are moving. They need to move again. So they will move again, obviously, 1 spear throw. That is their actual move. So they're getting closer to the English. I don't know if I want to be aggressive with the English. What do you think? All of them are moving 1 spear throw. The center, commanded by the king, is moving well. There is not a major issue. Don't forget that these guys here have lost 1 stamina point from the shooting. A very good shooting from the English archers. Let's move the supports. So the supports is moving as well, with the king being attached. And now we'll see if I want to charge. Do I have the distance? No, I don't have. I will stay here. Let's try and move the ones, the right flank that fell behind and is creating problems. So let's move them normally. I don't need to move them, so 12, they will be here. Okay, they fell behind, but they're still not that far behind. Something I forgot is when you lose a stamina point, you have to take a command test to move, even if it's the first move. So let's check this one, because I forgot about this one. So remember this unit here. So remember this unit here has a stamina of 3. So we need to roll and see if it will be able to move. Well, let's see. And it rolled a 6, so yeah, it would have been able to move, so no harm done. I forgot it. So everybody's moving coherently. So now we're going to move the Earl of Athol, who appears here in the back. We consider here the starting point. And the Earl of Athol will immediately try to attack the English at their flanks. That's, I think, the best scenario, so they can occupy them, so the center Scottish army, the Schiltrons, can focus and attack the center of the English. So that's quite formidable. Athol came early Actually, I was expecting him around third or fourth round, but we rolled a 2, so that's good for the Scots. So we're here, let's move them. They move 2 spear throws, they're mounted. We count them from here. So it's 12 and 12, 24. So they will be approximately here. Obviously, these are not Scottish knights, they're French. Maybe I shouldn't find some who have more blue. This is a level 1 commander, the Earl of Athol. Now we finish with the movement of the Scottish. Now we need to see what the English will do. And I think the English will become aggressive. That's how I feel it. So I think the Black Prince here will first move. I will move the Black Prince. I'll probably move him to the front unit. I want him to fight. And then we will do 12 and then 12. We're going to charge. Our aim is to charge. So we will move 1 spear throw here. We don't have any problems. They are not, we don't have any injuries or anything that could create problems to our movement. Stamina loss omitted. And here as well. The Black Prince, a level 3 commander, is here on the flanks, and let's move the support here. He's a 3-star leader, 3 hero, excuse me. That's 3. And now we're going to try and charge. What we're going to do is going to roll for a command test to try to charge. This will give us more also bonuses for our reputation, because we're going to be the first army, the English, to charge, so we'll get a +1, I think, and then we get a +1 for the first commander charging, and that would have been the Black Prince. So let's roll and see. This is a critical roll for us. So let's roll for the Black Prince. Sorry, we need to see it. And we roll a 4. So he successfully charges, second move basically. Ooh, and here is where the fun starts. We need for we need for this unit here, and he rolls a 3, so he charges as well with the second move. And let's hope that the support will manage as well. Ooh, the support fails. The support fails, but I need to reroll this command test. It's very critical. We cannot attack without support. We cannot. So I will give the Black Prince's 1 mighty deed to reroll this command test. And we roll a 6. And we successfully move so we can support either unit. So now we have the movement of the defender. We have hand-to-hand combat. So let's forget the extra reputation we got. We got 1 reputation point for being the first to charge, the English, and 1 reputation point for being the first commander to charge, the Black Prince. So from 8 reputation tokens, we go to 10. The Scottish still have 8. So let's fight hand-to-hand combat and see. Now the English are charging. The English have 12 dice plus 2 for their special rules. Spears as a tribute is usually a special rule that is for elite men-at-arms. So they will roll 14 dice. The Scottish are children formation, the normal children formation, they have 12 dice. So we'll roll 14 against 12, and let's start rolling. So we have the second round. Here is the Scottish camp, and we roll for the English 14 dice. They hit with a 5 and a 6. And let's see. So we have the twos. Don't forget that the English charge, so they can roll the 1s again. So we have 3 1s. That's good. So 2 again, 4, 5, 6, 5, 4, 3, nothing. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hits. Let's reroll the 1s. Here, nothing. +1, 7. So 7 hits that the English of here, of the right flank, not the Black Prince, inflicted the Scots. So 7 hits, let's put it here. So 6 and 1, 7 hits against the Scottish. The Scottish will fight back with 12 dice. So we have here 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, the children formation, and let's roll and see. Again, they hit with a 5 and a 6. Okay, 5, a 6, 6, a 6, nothing else. So four hits against the English from the Scottish, and let's put it here to remember it. So now we need to roll for supports. Now the English, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use supports for the Scottish. Their support could be either this or this. It has to be 6 inches, 6 centimeter, let's see. So let's see, obviously this Scottish is less. Let's see here, as you can see, it's, 6 centimeters. So I can use those as support as well, and use the other two for the Black Prince, who has also he can give some mighty deeds to support his unit. So for the Scottish, should I use 2? Yes, I will use 2. Both units will support him, will support this unit fighting, and we'll roll 2d6 in order to see if we can reduce some of the 6-7 hits of the English. So we're rolling 2d6 each unit that's supporting. We need a 5 and a 6. Oh, that's very good. 4 5s, that's a devastating. So this, the Scots here and here supported very well the comrades, and they remove 4 hits. That means this will go, the 7 will go to 3. And immediately the balance changes. Immediately the balance changes. The Scottish won the melee. So the English obviously have their own support, and their support is here in the back. They need to reduce it, because now with the supports here of the Scots, they lost the melee. They will roll 2d6. Again, they have 5 and a 6. Ooh, and they're rolling a 3 and a 1. Nothing happens. So immediately there is an amazing result where the Scottish and their supports manage to force the English back. It's a victory for the Scottish. So now let's see this. We'll see if we have any death commanders. Obviously, there are no commanders attached. And now we remove stamina. Now the English scored 3 hits. That means the Scottish armor value is 3, so they will remove another stamina point, and the Scottish from 3, they will reduce to 2. The English received 4 hits, therefore 4 stamina point. They have 4 armor value, so again their stamina will be reduced from 4 to 3. So let me do the changes. So the English go to 3 stamina, and I have to update the Scottish, who will go to 2. This Scottish children is getting in trouble slowly. Let's remember who attacked. Well, actually, there's no meaning now because the Scots won, so this arrow will go to the Scots, but the other arrow is still with the English and with the Black Prince. Now let's fight with the Black Prince. The Black Prince will obviously have the same 14 dice that his other unit had, but he's a level 3 hero. He will give 2 of his mighty deeds. He wants to crush the Scotch. He will give 2 of his mighty deeds to support, plus level 3 hero. He will give another 3 dice. So altogether it will be 12 plus 2, 14, plus 2, 16, plus 3, 17 dice for the Black Prince, who wants to fight. He doesn't like the Scots. He'll crush them like bugs. I'm getting very excited. So let's oh God. So let's see, let's roll the dice. Actually, I decided to give 1 less mighty deed and keep it with the Black Prince, and the reason is because you never know if he gets injured. Maybe I need to re-roll if I roll a 1, so he won't lose a level, so we keep 1. So 15 dice. So not 15 dice, we have 12 plus 2, 4, plus 1, 15, plus 3, 18 dice. Again, as I said, the dice is 12 for the actual dice number of the men-at-arms, plus 2 for the spirit's attribute is 14, plus 3 for the level of the Black Prince, 17, plus 1, 18. So the mighty deed we gave. And we hit with a 5 and a 6, plus we roll once. So it's not an excellent roll. No, it's not that good, but we have quite a few ones to reroll. Not quite a few, 4. So we have 4 hits and 4 ones to reroll. and we roll a 6. So we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits against the Scottish from the Black Prince. Nothing major. Let's put it here so we can remember 5 hits. And the Scottish will fight back with a typical 12 dice. Here we have 6, and here 4, 5, 6, another 6. They hit with a 5 and a 6. Let's see what will happen. So here we have 6 and 6 and 5 and 5 and 5. So the Scots roll 3, 4, 5. 5 hits against the English, let's put it here. Now something I forgot, you have a draw basically. Something I forgot is the pushbacks here. We finished everything and we need to do the pushback, and the victory was with the Scottish. That means the Scottish will push back the English. The English are units that when they get pushed back and they push back and their opponents, they don't have to take a command test because they are steadfast, I was saying, and they kind of don't have to take a command test. But I forgot to push them back. I'm sorry for this. Let's sort it out now. So the English will be pushed back, and they will push back also the support. So they will push back half a spear throw. So they will go here. And these guys will push back. Now we should have taken a command test to see if they will lose another stamina point. But because the English are steadfast, you know, they're used to supporting and being pushed back and going through, you know, the longbowman and everything. So they don't have any problem. They're pushing themselves back, but they're steadfast. But the Scots obviously will follow up. This is what I like about the rules. But now again, you see how things change immediately. It's that the Scottish now are isolated. They pushed back their opponents, but you see here they're isolated now. You see here, successfully pushed back, have the upper hand, having the momentum, but they are isolated now from everywhere because, let's go back a bit, because the left flanks fell behind. The supports cannot follow up because they are blocked anyway. So you see immediately how this balance changes, and now here the English have the upper hand. So let's see the other battle. It's 5 and 5. It's a draw. But let's see the stamina first, and then we have to see if the Black Prince is injured because there are 5 hits. So the stamina of the English is their armor value is 4. The hits are basically 5 from the Scottish. So the 3 will be the stamina. But the Scottish have support, and they have 1 support. This support was used for this hand-to-hand combat, but this support is not used yet. So they have to roll, they can support with 2d6, and they have support here on the side because they're fighting, they're not fighting. So 2 support dice for the Scottish. That's very important. You see how important it means to have a coherent line. Okay, the English charge with the Black Prince impetuously. They got some more tokens for their army, but they were isolated. The Scottish were in a coherent line, and now they're taking advantage. Although they're losing some die rolls, they're taking advantage. They're taking advantage of the supports. So we need to roll 2d6 and per unit supporting the Scottish, and so we're going to roll 4d6, and maybe this 5 will be reduced even more. So let's roll. So we roll, oh, terrible, nothing. Very bad roll for the Scottish. So it's 5 and 5. So the Scottish will remove 1 stamina point, and they will be reduced also to 3. Here they are. Let's put them 3 here on the side. And there is no pushbacks, nothing, because there it's a draw. But we have to roll for the Black Prince now to see if the Black Prince is injured. Let's see how this works. So as per the risks to heroes, when you have 4 to 6 hits, you have to roll 2d6 and avoid 1. So we roll 2d6 here, and we have to avoid 1. That's why I kept 1 mighty deed in case I need to reroll. And roll a 2, very close on a 2, and nothing happens to the Black Prince. He's not injured, he hasn't lost a level, he keeps fighting. Now we finish the hand-to-hand combat of the defenders, and now we go to shooting. Shooting will start from the defenders, and this will be the longbowmen, and see how we're going to do this. So the first shooting will for these guys who have line of sight, The Scottish are supporting, are not fighting, so they can be shot at, and they're not unfortunately in the kill zone, but they can be shot at. Nice coffee. So let's roll and see. So we'll have to roll 4d6 and +1 for being a marksman, 5d6, and let's hope we're gonna get some wounds, push back, something, so the English can succeed. I'll roll it here so you can see it. 5d6, we need a 5 and a 6, and we roll 2 hits. 2 hits, that's not enough, knowing that the Scots have 4 army value, but the Scots have to roll a command test to see if they're going to be pushed back. Excuse me, 1 die. And they roll a 3 and they pass, so nothing successful here. Let's go to the other side. So for here, the only target of the English is the left flank of Douglas, who fell behind there. It's within 4 spear throws away. Obviously, it's not within the killing zone, as you can see. We're going to roll. I'm going to roll here so you can see. I'm going to roll again 4 plus 1, 5. And we need a 5 and a 6. Both will shoot at the same target. Oh, and this is good. 3 hits. Now, these 3 hits will remove 1 stamina point for the Scottish. The Scottish have an armor value of 3, and that will mean that the stamina will drop from 4 to 3, and that's quite good. This is good to weaken your opponents and their strength. It's a positive. So let's remove it. I don't have here, so 3. Let's put 2 and 1. And now, still we haven't have the major fight for don't forget the fight for the baggage. And now the Scottish have to take a command test to see if they pass. And they fail the command test and they will be pushed back. This Douglas left flank is not going well. If I use a mighty deed, because I am, these are my command, this is Douglas' command, to roll the failed command test. I think I should use a mighty deed. Reroll failed command test for units within 2 spear throws. Okay. Yes, I will roll because I will be pushed back even more. So let's roll and roll a 5 and we pass. But we were weakened a lot by the English longbows. So let's roll for the other guys. Here we do the same thing. 5 dice. This is a very exciting battle. So a 6 and a 6, not more. So 2, but again, let's move 1 mighty deed from Douglas. We roll again, a command test to see if they fall back. And they fail, and they fall back again now. The horrendous, the relentless shooting from the English longbows. And I'm not going to use another mighty deed. I don't know what's going to happen. Actually, it's the last round. Yeah, I'm going to use another mighty deed in order to help pass the morale test. And it failed. It's terrible. It's terrible, Scottish. It's terrible. So they will fall back. And we have to take a command test again because they're falling back on opponents, on friendly. So the Scottish are falling back 4 inches, half 6 centimeter, half a spear throw, and they're pushing back there, and they have to take a command test. Otherwise, they will lose another stamina. Both units will have to take a command test. Otherwise, they will lose a stamina point. So let's see. And he rolls a 4. And let's take for the back unit, and he rolls a 3. So both pass, nothing happens. But again, the right flank of the Scottish is falling behind. This could be a problem. I think the English here, let's talk about strategy a bit. So the left flank of the Scottish is falling behind due to they didn't follow the orders, due to they were shot at. And the English here, the left flank under Northampton, has to be aggressive, has to take this gap. Has to, for sure. Now, I forgot to do shooting for the Scottish archers here against the English longbowmen. Let's do the same thing. 4, they're not marksmen. So all ones, nothing happened. So we continue. So now we finish with shooting. So the English have to move. They have really to move. We go to movement phase of the Scottish, and this is critical now what Athol will do. Let's bring back to everybody the tokens, the mighty deeds, Douglas, 2 mighty deeds here. Two, and we need 1 for the Black Prince. We are at round 3 now. And now this is a critical move. This can make or break the Scots. So these guys will charge. Obviously they're not in the back, so they will attack in the front. They move 2 spear throws, so that means 12 and 12, 14. So what we're going to do here is change facing. It's going to be our only movement action. So we're going to be ready to charge the English in the next round and see how this will go. Now let's do movement action for the main force. So the Scottish will move 1 spear throw. So we'll go at straight and we'll go at 12 centimeters. We're here. Let's try and see if Douglas at last will manage to stuck in the battle. And here, what I'm going to do is going to move, I'm going to keep them here. No, I'm not going to move anybody else. I'm probably going to move these guys because here we have support. Let's see. Here he has support, this unit fighting. I'm going to move him attack the longbowman, and this will be a straight move. Let's put the Black Prince in the back. The Black Prince still has the impetuous with him, has still his 3 moves. And I'm going to move these guys 1 spear throw, and I'm going to here, and then I'm going to try and do a second move. It is a bit isolated, I understand here. It is a bit isolated move, but the mounted are coming, so I'm hoping that they can create problems. The mounted are coming, so yeah, I'm hoping that it won't be that an isolated move. So we need to roll for a second move. So let's roll that this Scottish unit will move a second time, so it can charge. Oh, 1. Oh, and unsuccessful. So no second move. No second move. Also, these guys that I moved, I need to command test because they've lost stamina. And even in the first move, they have to they have to make command test. No, I'm forgetting this thing. So 6, they moved correctly. So we finished the movement of the Scottish. I'm not going to move anything else, so let's go to hand-to-hand combat. So we have hand-to-hand combat for the Scottish, who will start fight here. They want to push the Black Prince back. They have 12 dice to roll, and they have the 2 supports that they will help them if the Black Prince manages to attack back with all his mighty deeds. So we'll roll 12 dice, and we'll see how this will go. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. We're at the 3rd round of this crucial battle, and let's see. So we're fighting this hand-to-hand combat. The Scottish are rolling 12 dice. They're spearmen, they're pikes. They would have get extra support, but only if they fight mounted. And they need a 5 and a 6. They have this advantage, and it's not bad. 5 and a 5. They don't roll once because they're not the victorious. So 4 hits. 4 hits. A good. Successful from the Scots, 4 hits that the English fight back. Now the English fight back, as we said, 4, 8, 10, 12. Now these are their dice. Now we have spears as a tribute, it's 2. The Black Prince is a level 3 commander. And I will use 1 of the Black Prince's mighty deeds. And I will give them, you never know, we're going to use them later. I'm going to give them another die. So it's quite a substantial number of dice. I think 18 again, almost. Let's see what we're going to do. So the English are rolling. The Black Prince. And he rolls 1. So 6, 6 and a 5, and a 5. The Black Prince is not rolling. I mean, that's not bad. 5. There's a lot of 3s and 2s, only 2 1s. Yeah. So let's roll 2 1s. Oh, another 2 5s. So 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 hits. The Black Prince inflicted to the Scottish. Now let's talk about supports. The Black Prince is not, well, let's see if he's supported here by this unit. Is he supported? No, he's less than 6. So he has no supports, the Black Prince, to reduce anything because everybody is isolated. But the Scottish have 2 supports. So they have these 2 units that they can support and roll 4 dice. With a 5 and 6, they can reduce the 9 hits that the Black Prince and his unit inflicted. So let's see. And he rolls only 1 5, and that would mean this will go from a 6, from an 8 to a 7. So 8 to 7, and let's see the stamina. So the English scored 8 hits against the Scottish. The Scottish have an armor value of 3. That's a double. And that means this reduced to 1. So they will have 1, and here where things are getting very complicated. So 1. Now the English have an armor value of 4. This is 4, so the English will be reduced. They have already 3. They will be reduced at 2. So here is the battle. It's brutal. The battle is brutal. So now we reduce. We have to see the hits for the commander, the possibilities of him getting killed. Obviously, the Scottish don't have hits, but the English have 4, and that would mean that he has to roll 2d6. So risk to the commanders, 4 hits against the Black Prince, he has to roll 2d6. And he rolls a 4 and a 3 and a 2, so here saved, he is not reduced. So here the Black Prince will push back the Scottish, who will push back both their supports because they're exactly behind them, and all they have to take a command test. When a unit with 1 stamina is pushed back, has to take command test anyway. So there's quite a few command tests now to be done. So let's see what's going to happen. This is getting interesting. Well, so first of all, we have to take a command test. It has to pass, otherwise it breaks with 1 stamina point. So before we do the pushback, because this Chiltern has 1 stamina, we have to take a command test and see if it passes or not. If it doesn't pass, it breaks. So the pushback doesn't continue. So let's see. So let's roll and see if this unit will pass. And it rolls a 3 and it passes. So that's fine. So here we go now and check these 2 units that were pushed back. They have to take a command test as well. So let's roll and see if they will pass or they will lose a stamina point. They fail. This unit fails, but this unit has the king, and the king will use 1 of his mighty deeds to reroll this stamina, this command point, and it rolls a 6, this command test. Now we have the other one, it rolls again, and it's a 4 and it passes. So both units were pushed back, but passed the command test. Here we have a problem. This Chiltern has only 1 stamina point left. This has 2. Things are looking quite interesting. So hand-to-hand combat is finished for the attackers, and then we go to the defenders movement and defenders hand-to-hand combat. So I think here's where the English have to become aggressive, have to become very aggressive. So what we're going to do is the English obviously have to charge. I need to be behind my barriers because they give me a bonus being behind barrier. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn around for a full move and wait for the knights to come so I won't be attacked. The flank, although I was not in the flank, but just to be ready. And what else I'm going to do? And I'm going to move this spearmen, these archers. I want to bring them closer. I'll show you why. These archers have to become closer so they can support the English here. I'll get out of at least one of them will be out of here. Actually both of them I would remove the stakes. Why? Also because they will be within, these guys will be within killing zone, and they can be shot at with 8 dice, and they can support here as well. So that's my strategy. I'm worried about my left flank, not that much about my right flank. I'm worried about my right flank, not much about my right flank. Now we finish movement, we have to go to hand-to-hand combat for the defender. And here's where things are becoming critical, because here things are quite stamina has been reduced dramatically from all over the place. So the English will start hand-to-hand combat from where? From here. From here. I will start from here, but I have the supports. I think here is a good chance for me to destroy the Scottish. Yeah, it's a good opportunity for me. So let's roll and see. So we're fighting this melee here, hand-to-hand combat. The English have, as we said, 14 dice. There's no commander here. So let's roll and see. They need 5 and 6s. And they have, but they don't have the 1s because the victory was before for the Scottish. So they have, okay, it's quite good. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hits. 7 hits the English inflicted to the Scottish. Now the Scottish are fighting back, 10, 12 with 12 dice. And they will roll once because they had pushed back the English in the previous round. Oh, and they have quite good. 6, 6, 6, 5, 6, 6. And there's no ones to reroll. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 5 hits the Scots inflicted to the English. Now the Scots have support, as you can see here. It's less than 6 centimeter, and so they will roll 2d6 in order to reduce the 7 hits of the English. But here the English have more than one support. They have the back, the man-at-arms who are here, and the longbowmen who are not fighting, so they can add 4d6. So let's roll for the Scottish with 2d6 and see if they will reduce any hits. And they're unsuccessful. And let's roll for the English. And the English will reduce 1 hit. So the 5 hits of the Scottish will become 4. So let's see the stamina first. The English have a stamina of 4, and 4, they will reduce their stamina at 2 from 3. The Scottish have 7 hits. They have stamina, or they have armor value of 3. This is double. They have 2 stamina points and they're destroyed. The Scottish are destroyed, and this is the first great breakthrough of the battle. So the Scottish are destroyed. The English stay in position. Now they have a line of battle. Things are looking good for the English. Still, Douglas has not been active in the battlefield. Still, Douglas is back. He's getting hammered from the English longbows, but he's back. There is a problem here. The center of the Scottish is in trouble. Only the flank charge of the Earl of Athol can continue. Now we have the second battle here, the most critical. And this is between the Black Prince and the Scottish units here, who are quite a substantial number. And they can be supported, I think. Can a unit support after he fought? I can imagine he's not fighting anymore, so he can't support. So, but it's not 6. It's a problem. It is a problem for the Black Prince. I'm worried about the Black Prince's unit because it's very isolated because of all the victories. So the Black Prince will attack. He will put everything he has here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 dice, plus 2 for the Spear as a tribute, plus 3 that he's his level, plus 2. His mighty deed, 1 mighty deed he will use of the 2 he has remaining. So he's trying to recover. And let's see how this will develop. Okay, we have 1s also. So 5, 6, 5, 5, 5. Nothing special. 2 1s only. You see? Yeah, nothing much. Let's roll 2 1s. If he hits the 2 1s, that'll be good. Nothing. So 3, 4, 5 hits that the Black Princes inflicts to the Scottish. The Scottish 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 dice for the Scots here. They'll fight back. They have only 1 stamina. They're probably going to be destroyed. And, terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. 3 hits. So 3 hits against the Black Prince. So let's do the stamina. Obviously this unit is destroyed, 5 hits, but the hits will go to the support, the excess hits when a unit is destroyed. So 3 hits, the armor value is 4, so no stamina reduced for the Black Prince, but he has to take the 1d6 for if he's in danger to get killed. But these 5 hits, so 1 hit is here, so we'll go 4 hits, and the other 2 will be distributed accordingly to the support unit. So guys, let's not forget also the reputation. The English already destroyed 2 units. They had 10 already because of the first charge. So they get another 3 and 3, so they will go to 16. 16 reputation. Well, still the Scottish have 8. So this unit is destroyed, and no stamina for reduced for the English, but I have to take a roll, a 1d6, and see if the king is injured, Black Prince is injured. No, 5, nothing happens, we're okay. So let me remove the unit, and then we go to shooting. Oh, well, the Scots are getting annihilated, guys. And regarding token-wise and everything, they have 8. Well, they have 8. Let's put it here. And the English have 16. And we are at round 4 of the 6 rounds. And no, we're not around 4, we have the shooting. So here the shooting is interesting. Now the English longbows will shoot at the Scottish children. They are within their killing zone, so they will roll 8 dice plus 2, 10 dice. And they will hit with a 4, 5, and a 6. So let's see. So 8 dice plus 1 being the English marksman, and we roll. And they roll 6, 5, 6. Oh, 3. 3 hits means the same armor value as the Scottish children's, and that will mean they will reduce 1 armor value, and the Scottish children's will go to 2. Now the Scottish have to take a command test in order to see if they passed or they will be pushed back, and they passed, and there is no issue. Here we have the same. The English, the Scottish are within the killing zone of the English, so they will roll again 9 dice. So let's roll. So this could be critical for the Scottish. Oh, and this is a good roll for the English. 3 hits. Again, the armor value is 3, so another. Now the English are becoming really, really devastating. Another armor value reduced. The armor value is 3. They have 3 hits, so 1 stamina reduced to 2. Let's check if he's been pushed back. Let's roll. And he rolls a 6 and he passes. So let's roll here 3, 6, 8, 9. 9 dice. Okay, not good. 2 hits. 2. So the armor value is 3. It doesn't is a problem, but he has to roll to see if he will push back. And he rolls a 1. But we're going to use 1 mighty deed from Douglas, and we'll roll it, and he rolls a 4 and it passes. So very successful shooting from the English, and a shooting now from the Scottish, who haven't been that successful. Again, they're going to roll only 4 dice. It's not within the killing zone. So let's see. Oh, and they roll 2 6s. The army value of the English is 2 of the army value of the longbowmen. So this means that they reduce stamina here to 3. And let's see if the English will be pushed back. Good shooting from the Scottish archers. The English roll a 2, and they will be pushed back because I don't have a commander. I have the commander. Is it within 2 spear throws? Let's check. So a breakthrough for the Scottish. He's in within 2 spear throws. He can use one of his mighty deeds to re-roll the pushback. And he succeeds, and the archers are not being pushed back. So now that we've finished shooting, and we go back to giving the mighty deeds to the commanders, 2 for the king. I haven't used 2 for the for the Douglas, 3 for the Black Prince, and 2 for the 2 English commanders. I haven't used any special rules yet, and I'm thinking of making a duel. I think the Scottish are losing, and they need to do something to raise the morale of their army. But now we have the movement of the knights of the Scottish. So let's see. So the knights will move 2 spear throws, and let's see if it's going to be enough to charge. Yes, it is 12 and 12, 24. It's not enough. So we'll move 2 spear throws, put them 1 blade's length. I cannot get them closer, but I have to take a command test in order to move a 3rd time. Let's see if I will pass. And I pass, obviously, and we charge, and the mounted Scottish heavy cavalry is charging the English, and this could be interesting, could change the balance of the battle. Now, what other movement we'll do for the Scottish? Obviously here, the Scottish will charge, and we'll have secondary and primary unit. So we will charge straight. We said the charge is always straight, and here we have the commanders. Now things are getting interesting, and straight here, we don't need, we need a command test. Excuse me, let us roll a command test for both and see if they will manage to move, because they have stamina issues. I forgot this. So the orange dice for the Robert II, and the purple die for the other unit with our commander, and they both pass 3 and 5, so they can move. So movement and the charging. Here the same with the Earl of Douglas. They have also stamina issues, so, well, the front unit, so we need to roll a command test to see if it will pass. And it fails, and it won't be able to move. Douglas will use another of his mighty deeds, and it fails again. So again, this right flank of the Scottish is not doing really well. It's going to be, again, harassed by the English longbowmen another round. So now that we finished the movement of the attackers, we have hand-to-hand combat, and this is where it's becoming critical, very critical. I think the English could be in trouble here, because the Scottish are pushing from everywhere. Could be in trouble. The English need to be more active, that the units have to be, in the back, have to come to support us. The longbowmen, let's not forget who attacked here. These English here need to come up and support the king. So let's roll. Let's roll for the Scottish want to start from the mounted knights. So the situation, I think, requires more coffee. The Scottish mounted knights, cavalry, heavy cavalry we'll say, will attack now the English. Now that could be critical, because if they get pushed back, this could mean many other units will be pushed back, and things will change. And I'll explain to you what I mean. So the Scottish mounted knights, heavy cavalry basically, have 10 dice. Now they have the ability to disengage and countercharge, but currently they have 10 dice in hand-to-hand combat. Now let's roll and see. So we're rolling 10 dice, the Scottish heavy cavalry, plus 1, I will roll 1 more for the commander that I forgot. So let's do 6 and 6 and 6 and 5. They are charging, so they will roll 1, the ones. Let's roll plus 1 die for the commander who's level 1. I'm not going to keep a mighty deed, so let's see. Ooh, another 1, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits. 5 hits scored against the English, who will fight back with 3, 6, 8, 10, 12 spear as a tribute, 14 dice. They have support also, so let's see. 14 dice, it's very critical. The English can get rid of the Scottish heavy cavalry. They're not knights, just remember they're not knights. So 6 and 6 and 5. Bad roll for the English. 3 hits against the knights. They're not commanders, so obviously we have support. The English have support here, but I don't know if I'm going to use them to them or to the archers. The archers not fighting yet, so I'm going to use it to them. So let's roll 2d6 and see if they can reduce one of the 3 hits of the Scottish, and they don't. So of the 5 hits actually. So they don't. So the victory for the Scottish, and let's see what's going to happen now. It's interesting. The Scottish have stamina of 3. So the hits are 3, armor value is 3, so they will get 1 stamina point less, so they will go immediately to 2. Now the English have a stamina of 4, they have an armor value of 4. 5 hits, they will be reduced to 1 stamina point, so they will reduce 1 stamina point, so they will be reduced to 3. But now look what's happening here, the mess is going to happen. The English will have to be pushed back. The Scots impetus push the English back, and now look how they will push all the units back. That's going to happen. Let's check the Scottish commander first, who has was inflicted 5 hits. So he has to roll 2d6 to see if he will be killed, basically. So we roll 2 hits to see if he will be killed. And he rolls a 3 and a 5, and he's saved. That's fine by him. So now the English will be pushed back and see how this will work. So 6, and that means they will go here and everybody will be pushed back. And see now what is happening. The knights will be pushed back, the baggage will be pushed back, and they all have to take a command test. These guys don't have to because they are all trained, as we said, and they don't need to take, but these guys will have to take a command test to see if they will lose a stamina. So that's for the English. Let's roll and see. Let me roll it in front so you can see. So they roll a 2 and they fail the command test, but he will give them another chance, and they roll a 6 and they pass, but we remove 1 mighty deed from Salisbury. So guys, let's continue the crazy battle and go here. The Scottish heavy cavalry. Let's go a bit further back. Push back everybody. There was no stamina loss because they passed the command test. But by pushing them in the rules of the specific battle means that they grab and they take the baggage with them. Now the baggage is with the Scots. They stole it. It's now with them. The baggage was lost by the English. They have to fight back to get it. And this is the back and forth I was telling you about at the beginning of the game. So let's go and fight the next hand-to-hand combat. So here we have the king who is fighting the other king. They charged, and we have a secondary and a primary unit. The units who have half or less of the stamina points, they fight with half. So half of stamina points for all units here. They all have 2, so they will fight. So we'll have 6, and these will have 3. So we'll have 3 and 3, 6 for the Scottish king, who also will give another 3 from his pool. And then these guys who fight with half, but they have half already. So this is cumulative. I don't know about this. Is it cumulative? I can imagine it's cumulative. So it will be 3. So 3 and 6, 9, and 3, 11. So we're all with 11 dice. So the Scottish charge, they're attacking with 11 dice because they have half the stamina. The English will be the same. And they will be a 5 and 6. And they will roll once. So here and here. And we have only 1 to roll. Nothing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits scored the Scots against the English. Then the English will fight back. They have stamina of 2, that means half, so they will have to roll from their pool. It's 12, so they have to roll 6 dice. So 6 dice plus the 2 for spears as a tribute, plus 3 for the level 3 commander, plus another 2 that he will give for his mighty deeds. Let's remove 2 of his mighty deeds, the Black Prince, and here is the pool for 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13 dice for the Black Prince, who has to fight back. He doesn't have support. What he has, let's see. When the Black Prince rolls quite a substantial number of hits, 2, 4, 6, 7. So 7 hits the Black Prince inflicts to the Scottish. Let's first check the supports. The Scottish don't have any support, but the Black Prince has. This unit here is within, I think, 6 centimeters. Let's check. So let's see. Yes, it's within 6, so it will roll 2d6 and see if we can reduce some of the 5 hits that the Scottish scored. And it rolls a 5 and a 2, and that means 1, so 6. 4 and 7. So 7 is a victory for the English. Let's check the commanders. 4 hits means that the Black Prince has to roll 2. 7 hits, that means that the King of Scotland has to roll 3 dice to see if they're going to get killed. So the Black Prince rolls 2, he has to avoid, and he rolls a 5 and a 4, and he's saved. He doesn't need to use any of his mighty deeds. The Scottish commander rolls a 6, a 4, and a 4. Both are safe. So both are safe, and let's see our stamina. Now the Scottish scored 4. This means that their mighty deed, that their army value of the English is 4, so they will lose 1 command point, 1 stamina, and they will go to 1. Things are looking bad. Now the Scottish received 7 hits. That means it's double their armor value of 3. That means they are destroyed. So they lose 2 stamina points from the 7 hits, and they are destroyed. The command of the king is destroyed, and the king has to be relocated quickly to another unit. So let's see how we're going to work around this. And obviously we're going to have pushbacks. So here the Scottish king has a problem. The unit is destroyed, but he cannot escape because he has to go through the killing zone of the other unit, of the same unit, because he cannot go here. He will pass through the killing zone. So unfortunately he has to stay and fight. The Scottish king has to fight on his own. He has a supporting unit obviously here. We'll see how this will work, but he cannot leave and get attached to another unit. But it is in the same, it's not in a new killing zone. So no, I think we can attach him because it's not a new killing zone. It's the other killing zone. He can go back. So if you could go back, let's say he can be attached to this unit. I think he can be attached here. Yes, I think he can. Let's play it this way. Because it's not entering a new killing zone. Obviously the killing zone of the old unit will be there anyway. So big problem for the Scottish. Here another unit destroyed. That means they have 18 reputation tokens for the English and 8 for the Scottish. But the Scottish got back their cards, so that would give them another 2. So the Scottish will go to 10, and the English were 4, lost the card, will go to 16. If they take it back, obviously they will go higher again. So things are interesting. 16 reputation token for the English army, 10 for the Scottish. We're in the 4th round, and now we have the movement of the defender. Now, what the English will do. Wait, we didn't push back the Scottish, I'm sorry, I forgot to push back the Scottish. The unit is destroyed, but this unit is still there, secondary unit is still there. So obviously it will be pushed back. That's what my common sense tells me, that although the primary unit is destroyed, the secondary unit will be pushed back. I mean, sometimes I use common sense in rules. There's 2 units fighting, will be pushed back, and Mali will continue with the Black Prince having the advantage. So we pass the command test here, and we will move 1 spear throw, 12, we'll go here to support the Black Prince in his hand-to-hand combat. He has only 1 stamina, and these guys will move normally because they haven't lost any stamina points, so we're here fine. And now what else movement we'll do? I don't think we're going to do any other movement. Should we charge? No, I want to shoot. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move Warwick to support the Lumberman. Warwick has also, don't forget, the baggage with him. Okay, things are getting very interesting. So we have the melee of the English, who will attack here. Here he has 1 only mighty deed. Things are looking quite difficult here for the Black Prince. He rolled 12 dice, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, plus spears achieve tribute another 2. He's a level 3, so we're going to give 3, but no mighty deeds. I have 1, I need to keep it in case he's injured. So we're fighting for this melee. The Black Prince is fighting and pushing on. He's fighting with the King of Scotland, and the Scottish are falling behind a little bit. So let's see. So he will roll 1s because he charged. So 5 and a 5 and a 6 and a 5. Not a very good roll, but he has 4 1s he can recover his roll with. And he rolls 1, 6, so 3, 4, 5 hits. 5 hits from the Black Prince against the Scottish, who will fight now with 12 dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Plus 1 mighty deed that the Scottish commander will give, plus his level 2. So quite a substantial number of dice. They have 10 reputation tokens. The English have 16 because they lost the baggage train that they might take back from the next melee. You never know. So let's see. The Scots. Ooh, this is bad for the Black Prince. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hits. 9 hits against the English. God. And now the support. So the Scottish have support. Let's see. They have the side support. They're not fighting. But is it within 6 centimeter? No, it's not. But the English have 1. So the English can roll 2d6 to reduce the 9. This would be good for the Black Prince if he manages. 1, so they would reduce the 9 to a 7 to an 8. So this is very bad, very bad. Now, the Black Prince's unit is destroyed, but we have to do all the procedure here. And this is 5. Their armor value is 3. It's not double, but it will roll. It will go to 1. Again, armor value of 3. 5 hits. It's not double, so it will go to 1. So let's see if the Black Prince first is killed. So the Black Prince has 8 hits, and as per the rules, 8 hits. He has to roll 3d6. Let's see. Nothing, so he's fine. But the 9 hits, 6, 7, 8, 9, so 1 hit is removed. He's out. It's destroyed. But this would have been a reduce of stamina point if he has a 4 and 4, 8. So there's 1 stamina point balance that has to go here. So the support will have -1 stamina point. And the Black Prince will move in one of the units he likes. He probably will move here in the back. Here, I think, in front with one of his mighty deeds. And this unit of English is removed. So quite an interesting development here. We have here the hand-to-hand combat of with the mounted. Let's see. So let's see the update. Another unit's broken. So we'll have 3. So the Scottish will go to 13 reputation point tokens, with the English have 16. So the center is annihilated here. It's just back and forth fighting. And here we have to go to hand-to-hand combat for the knights and the mounted knights of the Scottish. They're heavy cavalry, actually. So the English are attacking. They have 12 plus 2, 14 dice. They're hitting with a 5 and a 6. But they don't have less than half, so they roll their full dice. So they have, as we said, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. They have a stamina of 3, so they're not less than half. And let's see how they will roll. So let's roll for the English. They have 6. They only roll 1, so they have 4 hits. 4 hits against the mounted knights, who they will fight. They have a stamina over 2, so they have not reduced less than half, is 1 point something, and they will hit with 10 dice. 10 dice, and they have the commander 1 more 11. The commander will not give a mighty deed. We need to be careful what's going to happen. Ooh, and the Scottish are doing well here. We don't have 1s to reroll, but 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 hits to the English. The French won again, but the Scottish won again, but the English have support here, as you can see. These units are supporting, so they roll 2d6. And the longbowmen are supporting, so 2 and 2, 4. And they would be able to reduce maybe the 6 hits of the Scottish knights. So let's roll 4 dice and see. Oh, and they remove, no, it's right. Remove 2, so that's good. 2 are removed, so the Scottish, that's good. It's a draw for the English. So it's a draw, and let's go and see how this developed. The English don't capture back their baggage train, but with being a draw, it's 4. The armor value is 4, so they will lose 1. And here the armor value is 4, but they have another 4, so they will go to 1, and the English will go to 2. So let's change it and see. The English will go to 2, And the Scottish, let's find a 1, they will go to 1, but they're not pushed back, so they don't have to take a command test. So things are very exciting here. Now we finished the hand-to-hand combat. We have of the attackers, of the defenders, we have the shooting, and here's a critical shooting because the English may cause a lot of damage here. Let's see. So let's roll for shooting here. As you can see, it's within their killing zone. So they will roll 12 dice. And let's do it here. You can see it, I think you can see. You can see here. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1 for being a marksman, 9. So let's roll and see. And they're all 6, 5, 6, 6, 5. So 4 hits. 4 hits, they have an armor value of 3, so that means 1 more hit, so they will reduce their stamina from 2 to 1. And we're going to see if they're going to be pushed back. So now these guys have to be pushed back. They have a stamina of 1. We failed the command test, but they have to, now that they have to push back and they have stamina 1, they have to roll another command test. So what's happening? We are shooting, they rolling to be pushed back, and they fail the command test. So they will be pushed back. Now, because they have 1 stamina, they have to take a command test and see if they will be pushed back or if they will be destroyed. No, they won't be destroyed. They will be pushed back approximately 6, half a spear length, half a spear throw, excuse me, approximately there. So a good advantage for the English. So they were pushed back, they check because they had 1 stamina. If they will be destroyed, they're not destroyed. So let's go here, another critical. They're not within their armor, their killing zone. So we're gonna roll only 3, 4, 5 dice for both. Let's see. So we're rolling for this unit, shooting at the left, the right flank of the Scots, who never really materialized the attack. Oh god, and this is good. So 6 and 6. The armor value is 4. It's 3. So they cannot remove, but they have to take a command test to see if they will pass. And they pass. Now the second unit, longbow unit, will shoot at the same target with 5 dice again. And they roll 2 5s. Again, not enough to reduce stamina, but they have to take a command test, the Scottish, and see, and they succeed, so nothing happens. The Scottish continue moving, and then we have the archers here, the Scottish archers with 4 dice. They haven't done much, although they reduce the stamina of the English longbowmen here. So they don't hit anything, so nothing happens. So let's recap, guys. We're entering round 5. The Scottish have 10 reputation tokens, the English have 16 reputation tokens. The Scottish have lost a lot of the center, but the same as the English. There is a pile up now, a big battle in the center, but many units have been gone. The flanks are still holding for the English, although the Scottish here in the flanks managed to charge with their mounted knights and take the baggage. The baggage has been stolen, giving the Scottish victory points. Here, the English longbowmen are doing an excellent job. They are harassed by the Scottish archers, but they're doing an excellent job keeping back. Actually, there is a problem from the beginning of the battle for the right flank of the Scottish. Douglas has never materialized his attack. So we finish the shooting, go to the 5th round, and that's the movement of the attackers. And the movement of the attacker will be here now. These guys to move and attack here. No, they don't have enough. They have to take a command test, first of all, and to see. And they roll a 1, and they fail, and they cannot move. Now we'll do the same here. The Scottish need to move, and we'll see how much they need to move. 1 spear throw, so they have to take a command test because they are deteriorating also. So they pass 4. So they will charge. Let's not forget to put back all the tokens, all the mighty deeds of the commanders. So the Scots will move and will charge. The English longbowmen, they pass the command test. And these guys have not lost, so they will move behind them to give support. So now we finished the movement, we have hand-to-hand combat, and Douglas challenges the Black Prince. Come on, you little boy. So we're fighting the hand-to-hand combat between the Black Prince, and who is a level 3 hero. He has an armor of 4 and stamina of 2, and the Earl of Douglas, who has an armor of 4 and a stamina of 2, and he's level 2 hero. So the Black Prince will roll all his mighty deeds with his level 3 commander dice. So he will roll 6 dice, and Douglas will roll 2 dice as his level 2 commander, and all his mighty deeds too. Now the Black Prince will use Favor of God. Favor of God gives him another extra die by giving him an additional mighty deed. So let's roll. The Black Prince rolls 2, 4, 6, 7 dice. I hope I didn't make any mistake. So he needs to hit with a 5 and a 6. And he rolls 2 5s. Only 2 hits from Black Prince. Douglas rolls 4, but he can roll once because he charged, he challenged. Oh, and he has 3, and he has a 1. Oh, that's bad. And 3 hits against the Black Prince. Now the difference is not more than the armor, so it's basically a victory for Douglas. So 1 hit against the Black Prince, who will remove one of his levels. He will become a level 2, unless he wants to roll one of his mighty deeds in order for him to recover. But Douglas won reputation points here a lot because he charged the king, he charged the commander, and a higher level hero. So let's see what's happening. Douglas won the first round. All commanders put in the first round the mighty deeds, so there's no mighty deeds to be for the second round. And Douglas took another 2 reputation points for his army, reaching 15 because he challenged the commander of the army and a higher level general, so he gets 2, and the Scottish reach 15, while the English are 18. Now we have a second round. We'll fight a second round as well, but now there's no mighty deeds to be added, and that's dangerous. So Black Prince is a level 3 commander, and the Douglas is a level 2 commander. So let's roll and see. Black Prince, he rolls 2 hits against Douglas, who is a level 2. He rolls no hits, but he can roll 1. No, so Douglas is 0. The difference is 0 to 1. It's not more than the hero's armor value. So another victory goes, this victory goes to the Black Prince, and Douglas is reduced to a level 1 commander. So things are looking very interesting. And now let's go to the third round of Mali. I don't think I should reduce the dice by the level reducing, because this takes effect, I think, in the next phase. So again, there's no mighty deeds. 3 dice for the Black Prince, 2 dice for Douglas. So the Black Prince is level 2, and Douglas now it's level 1. Douglas may die. So what he does is that he retreats. Douglas retreats. He doesn't want to continue fighting. The Black Prince retreats back, and Douglas is also disgraced. He did a good job at the first, but the second things didn't look good. He used all his mighty deeds, and things did not look good. So we continue with hand-to-hand combat now. The commanders here don't take place, but we have hand-to-hand combat here with the charge of the Scottish Chilterns to the Longbowmen. So the Scottish Chilterns charged. They get this, and they will roll. They don't have any stamina loss. They have stamina loss. They're less than half. They have 2, so they will roll half dice. So they will roll 3, 4, 5, 6 dice. And let's see, 5, 6. They can reroll once. 6, 5, and 5. 3 hits against the English archers. That the English archers, who are full in stamina, roll 8 dice that are their combat value, and another 5 the shooting value. Why? Because we considered that now the archers, before the charge of the Scottish, loosed the last shot. So we combine the last shooting before the charge with the hand-to-hand combat together. That's why the English longbowmen are quite formidable in the first round of melee. So 6 a 6, 5 and a 6, ones are not re-rolled, it's fine. So 4 hits against the Scottish. The Scottish don't have commander, the English don't have commander, and so let's see. So guys, the Scottish inflicted 3 hits to the longbowmen, and their longbowmen 4 hits. Now we have to roll for supports. The Scottish have support here in the back, 1 unit, and the longbowmen have 2 units in support. So let's see how many they can be removed, hits. So the English will roll 4 hits, 4 dice for the 2 supports they have, as you can see here. So let's roll. And they remove 1 hit, so the English would reduce to 2, and the Scottish have 1 support, this unit only here, there's no other support for the Scottish. They will roll 2, and also they would move 1 hit, and they will go to 3. So let's see the stamina. The Scottish have already 2, they have an armor value of 3, so they will move 1 stamina point, and from 2 they will be reduced to 1 stamina point. The English have an armor value of 2, they have 2 hits, so they'll reduce from 4 stamina points to 3 stamina points. So the English won, they will push back the Scottish, but the Scottish have a stamina, 1 stamina point. So they have to take a command test to see if they will be broken. And they succeed, and they will be pushed back, and push back also this unit that has to take a command test, and they roll a 6 and both pass, there is no issue. Now the English, should they follow? If they want to not to follow, they have to take a command test. And I think they will. I think they will be further away. So let's take a command test and see. And they pass, and they don't follow up. They don't want to follow up. So we finished the hand-to-hand combat of the attacker, and we go for the movement of the defender. And the move of the defender will be probably here charging the king, the Black Prince, and nothing else. We're going to probably wait and see what will happen with the shooting. Let's see how this will develop. So we have the movement of the defender, and the defenders will attack. They have less than their stamina, so they have to take a command test, and they fail the command test, and they cannot attack. And because we still don't have any mighty deeds, all they used during the duel, they cannot do anything. So we have only the hand-to-hand combat to fight the mounted knights and the English men-at-arms. So we're fighting here. The English have... what I'm going to do is I will move Salisbury here with his 2 mighty deeds. I want to support the English here in order for them to get some more dice. So they have 12 plus 2, 14, plus I'll give 2 for the level 2 commander. So we'll have 16 plus 1 mighty deed. They will have 17. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, and 1, 17. So 17 dice. This is the move that I'm going to do to get back my baggage train. So we're rolling. Then we roll. Ooh, and that's strong. Ooh, 6, 6, 5, 5, 6, 6, 5, 5, and another 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 hits the English inflicted against the mounted Scottish Knights, who attack with 8, with 10 plus 1 for the commander, 11. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Reroll 3, but they have 2 1s that they can reroll. Ooh, 4. So 4 hits. So we continue with hand-to-hand combat. A big mistake I did is that I should have disengaged the mounted Scottish men-at-arms. But I'm considering that they have the baggage, so they're not as fast anymore to disengage. So we had to fight. So we have 4 hits against the English, men-at-arms and 10 hits against the Scottish heavy cavalry. Now the English have supports, 2 supports, so they have to roll 4 dice and they will see what they can remove. The French don't have support, I think. Yeah, they don't have support. So this is end for the French, and let's see how it will end. So the English roll for support, and they're all terrible. 5, only 1 5. That means that 1 hit will be removed. So English 3 hits, but the Scottish are destroyed. They have 10 hits. They have 1 stamina point left. They're destroyed. The commander now has to escape. He cannot escape. There is no other unit here, so he has to fight hand-to-hand combat with the English. So let's do this, and I'll come back to you. The baggage goes back to the English. So the situation is like this. The Scottish heavy cavalry destroyed, the baggage back to the English. The English get another 3 reputation points, so they will go from 16 to 19 plus 2 for the baggage, 21. They will reach 21, and Scots have 15. Now, regarding the reputation tokens and the reputation of the army, I may have made some mistakes, but I will have graphics with the shields, coat of arms of the armies during the game, and I will calculate correctly. So the correct ones will be the ones that you will see on your screen when I'm editing, not this one. But I think we are 21 to 16. So hand-to-hand combat finished for the defenders, and now we have shooting for all of them, and this is a good opportunity for the English to finish the job. So we continue with the final stage of the fifth round, and that's shooting. Now shooting could be the critical here because all the opponents are within the killing zone of the longbowmen, so they can shoot with the full strength of 8 dice plus 1 being marksmen. And most of the units of the Scots have very low stamina, so it could be a problem for the Scottish. So let us see what's going to happen. We're shooting here, this longbowman against the Scottish children that has 1 stamina. So we have a 6 and a 6 and a 6. Very good shooting from the English. 3 6s. The armor value is 3, so 3 6s means they remove 1 stamina point, and these guys are destroyed. Longbows destroyed the Scottish children. Let's go to see the other ones. Critical shooting here as well within the kill zone. Again, the same 9 dice, 8 plus 2. Although they've lost stamina, so no, but they're not less than half. So let's roll for the English. Let's roll. I'm not going to show you exactly here, but we can see. So this longbowmen have 1, 2, 3 hits. 3 hits means that the same with the stamina of the children. They have 1 stamina point and they are destroyed as well. So the English go immediately to 23, 24, 26, 27. Reputation points, and I think the battle is over. Let me remove and have a recap. So guys, I think our battle is finished. On the beginning of round 6, the final round, the longbows really cleared the field. They destroyed. The English reached 27 reputation, and the Scots are still in 15. The English hold all the baggage train. They took it back from the Scottish mounted here on the right flank. On the left flank, it was never an issue. They never really managed to do anything, the Scottish. I think the main problem of the Scottish was that the right division under the Earl of Douglas, the attack never materialized. They were not following orders, they couldn't move twice, they fell behind, they were shot at and pushed back. Douglas tried to do his best by challenging the Black Prince, gaining some reputation tokens for the challenge, but not really inflicting any major damage. They never really threatened the left flank of the English at all. The longbowmen just annihilated them as long as they entered closer. And I think the Scottish archers here, well, they reduced 1 stamina point from the English longbowmen here on the extreme left flank of the English, but they didn't really did any damage. So this is for me, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope I didn't make many mistakes. I don't think I did. If I omitted something left and right, please forgive me. I think it was an extraordinary battle. I think the English held well. I think the Scottish were where basically the delay of the right flank was the main issue, because the English could provide more support because they were not attacked by the Scottish, and that gave them the opportunity to push back the centre of the Scottish. I think the mounted knights charging directly on the flanks had some advantages. They managed to take back the baggage train, but they lost it very quickly. Probably I should have disengaged, although we had the baggage train with us, the Scottish knights, so it wouldn't have made sense that it would have been so agile, so mobile to disengage. So that's why I didn't do it. In general, a great battle, great rule set. I hope you enjoyed it. This is going to be, unfortunately, I don't have these guys back home in the Middle East. We're not home back where I'm working, but we have our Baron's War, we have our late 100 Years' War, so we're going to fight a campaign using MIDGARD rules. In either the Baron's War or the 100 Years' War, we'll see which ones there will be. We'll make a decision. But I think in general, the rules worked really well. I think it was a very enjoyable game. Again, if I made any mistakes, I'll probably, while I'm editing the video, I will see them and I will make, my typical notes. But in general, I don't think they were major. I don't know about the hand-to-hand combat, the duel between the Black Prince and Douglas, but I think it was okay. Sorry about the light. It is not sunny here, but I think I checked the videos. It was quite clear. You could see everything well, and I hope you saw the miniatures as well. So a victory for the English. They kept the baggage train, 27 reputation tokens, 15 for the Scottish, who didn't do well. Probably it was a forlorn victory that was anticipated by the English. But again, the Scots fought well, and they managed to hold up to the beginning of round 6. But now with only 2 Scottish units remaining and all the English here, we have all the English everywhere, the longbowmen shooting and the man-at-arms getting supported, the man-at-arms of Northampton not even taking participation in the battle at all. They haven't even drawn blood. I think it's the end for the Scots. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Talk to you soon. Have a Merry Christmas and obviously a happy New Year. But hopefully we'll have another video by then. Thanks so much for watching and bye-bye.